Venezuela and the United States have confirmed that a bilateral meeting did take place in an unprecedented move given the pressures exerted by the United States in recent years. Alex examined the reactions from Caracas.
Media, later confirmed by the parties involved. Delegates from the United States did travel to Caracas to meet with Venezuelan delegation headed by President Nicolas Maduro himself. The main issues on the table were the ongoing political dialogue and oil production. The meeting, which lasted for over 2 hours, took place in the Miraflores government palace. We had a respectful, cordial, and very diplomatic meeting.
The purpose of the trip by administration officials was to discuss a number of issues, which of course included energy security, but also the health and well-being of detained U.S. citizens.
One immediate result of the meeting was announced by President Maduro himself, the reactivation of a national dialogue. The talks held in Mexico were very important, but since we are asking that world conflicts be resolved through dialogue, we must set an example. We need to reformat the national dialogue process. It needs to be more inclusive, more comprehensive in every sense. With this move, the United States has definitively taken out the game those sectors of the opposition which favor an armed intervention and the isolation of the Venezuelan government. For the most part, these sectors are still silent. Only a few opinion makers have spoken through social media. U.S. Republican Senator Marco Rubio, a constant agitator against Venezuela, is not hiding his annoyance, though. This is betrayal that those who have been opposing Maduro, those who have marched in the streets, those who have sacrificed themselves, who have lost so much fighting Maduro, and now he makes this arrangement without notifying the opposition. It's shameful. Those sectors of the opposition who decided to get involved in the electoral process do value this rapprochement. Dialogue first and foremost to solve the issues that impact the lives of Venezuelans, like the sanctions and the blockade, and also those moves made by fellow citizens who have appropriated assets of a nation, thus inflicting harm to the Venezuelan people. This is a turning point in the relationship between the two countries, despite all the pressure exerted by the United States in recent years. Now they have de facto acknowledged the Venezuelan government headed by Maduro, contrary to their mindsets a year or a week ago. We certainly don't expect any direct contact with Maduro anytime soon. Again, our focus is working with our allies and partners. We must understand this situation in the right diplomatic scope, what this represents for the Americans, that they are retracting from their previous foreign policy, which ignored the Venezuelan authorities, a policy that has put the Venezuelan economy under siege. For analysts, this is a reflection of the global readjustment of the geopolitical forces in conflict, and Venezuela has a few moves to make in this chess game. It's all very subjected to elusive ambivalent positions of non-compliance by the United States, because their foreign policy is one of deceit, and it should be understood in those terms. Definitive dismantling of the sanctions against Venezuela will not be taking place anytime soon, but there may be a de facto non-enforcement and some exceptional provisions issued for the purchase of crude oil from Venezuela and some other limited transactions with Venezuela. The government and the Venezuelan people have sought dialogue while enduring the consequences of a blockade, and time has proved them right.
Leonel Retamal, teleSUR, Caracas, Venezuela.